Hey everybody, if you're like me, you're wondering, when is this shit show going to end? When? We're very curious. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. Welcome to Unhinged Crypto. And what we're going to do today, something a little exciting we haven't done in a while. This is Bill. He's going to help me out by asking really good questions. I think he's got a couple.
When bottom.
And we're going to do some timing today. So happy to have you here. Sit back, relax, and hope he comes up with some good questions. And I hope I have good answers.
Now, just one quick question.
Yeah.
Timing is a crossover between tarot and astrology, right? It's a mix.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, there's special cards for that, which may be revealed at some point in the future.
Right.
It's magic. It's all
So that's where
smoke and mirrors.
that's where the Psychic of Solana meets William Gann for all you chart guys out there.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
So first question is, when the energy shift in Bitcoin, right?
Okay,
We've been promised this, stratospheric rise. Let's start with a general read,
Okay.
please.
Oh, thanks for being polite. You get a cookie later.
Always be polite with psychics, just so you know. You get much more.
Cookies. Okay, so let's pull a card on Bitcoin here. What do we got? Oh, we got the Emperor. So this is a very stable card. It's good indicator, but it doesn't show like any real movement coming up, right? But it does show a lot of stability. And we were talking, like we said yesterday, the market's going to be kind of wobbly through the summer, much like last year. So let's pull a card on when the energy is going to shift, right? Oh, these are newer cards. They're a little stiff. Don't mind my weird faces. Okay, here we go. Bum, bum, bum. What do we have? Oh, I have to put my glasses on for this. Now you can see how cute I look in glasses. All right. I've got May 21st to May 31st.
Now, is that a sword card?
It is. It's the Eight of Swords. It's a shortened force. So it means that this energy, the energy of the swords, which is all intellectual, right? It's an air sign and it's all mental, that it's going to hit a blockage. So there'll be like a blockage of energy. So that could indicate a shift coming very soon. Oh, no, not very soon. Next year.
Well, it topped on consensus, right?
Mm-hmm.
As it went down, it's interesting that, late May was the top. It really was sell in May and go away.
Yeah.
So, perhaps this is saying that the top next year will also be in May.
And you know what? That sounds very likely to me.
Okay.
It also is very short,
Okay.
So that will be interesting. But
So can I wait?
Jupiter in Gemini is, again, that's a sign of not having the full force of the planet Jupiter. So Jupiter is about luck and bounteousness,
Okay.
So that would be like a contraction coming.
Okay. So we've got a possible contraction now that's already occurring, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, sell in May and go away is something we need to tuck away for next year, which might mean, when it comes to Bitcoin, you got to make your money now while you can.
I think so. I mean, I think that's always just a good policy. It's like what we were talking about yesterday. The way it feels to me is that we're reaching a place of stability, especially with Bitcoin. We're not going to see so much the wild swings. And we got the Emperor card, which is very stable. The ruler, really, of the tarot deck that controls everything, which is Bitcoin's place in all of it too. So, I mean, I'm not seeing like a definite bottom. I mean, again, I feel like wobbly through the summer and then it'll pick up. We can do a question about the whole market too, timing.
Okay.
If we want. But right now, yeah, it looks like maybe that'll be the next top.
Okay, and then let's try ETH.
Okay.
Right. I think the question in ETH really is, I don't know. They've got the ETH ETF, but it's like, when excitement? When is it going to wake up?
Things are boring right now. Boring is good. That's when you clean up.
Don't get discouraged on boring.
Boring is good. It's when you consolidate, when you clean up. Like if you think of cycles, like we do with, if you were a farmer, right? There's all kinds of weather, which are these movements, but the cycle, the yearly cycle, is very consistent, and after harvest, that's when you clean things up. I used to live in Georgia, and they would burn the fields. There was a lot of smoke. It didn't seem very environmentally friendly, but I don't think they did a lot of that. But yeah, they would, it'd be a lot of smoky days. Okay, so we're going to ETH.
Right.
Just
ETH,
a little bit of trivia about my life, in case you wanted to know.
ETH, when will the smoke subside? When? Fun.
When fun. That's
when
good.
Fun.
Okay, so let's start with a general reading of the direction.
Ooh.
Yeah, waiting for harvest. This is a great card, in case anybody wants to see. That's one of our favorite cards. So this would represent spring in the cycle, right? Where you're waiting for that new growth to shoot up and harvest. And then let's look at a little time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's a very exciting card, by the way. That is very exciting. I mean, I know she just said that, but
he has to repeat it.
I have to repeat it. I have to do something on the show, right?
He has to repeat it.
In case you missed it, it's good.
It's so exciting. Okay, so yeah, when fun. Let's look at when things will get exciting again. Here we go. That's what I really want to know. Oh, we have another beautiful card, the 9 of Cups, and the date on this. March 1st to March 10th. Wow, all of our dates are coming next year, which is interesting because I think things are really going to start moving in the fall.
Okay. Well, so maybe that card just answered the question, when parabolic, right?
Possibly.
In other words, if you have a top in May, then you could have the Cups card, the parabolic, starting in March.
Yeah,
right?
well, the Cups is very similar to a harvest card too. It's almost the penultimate of that energy of, and we love Cups for the coins.
Okay.
Okay.
Your favorite, Solana.
Solana,
when ETF? Yes. Right. So we got Bitcoin and ETH going up, into next year, and Solana is when ETF.
Looks like there's going to be some red tape.
Oh.
She's literally tied up.
Oh.
Poor thing.
All right.
Which is interesting to me because, of course, I think ETH was a natural after Bitcoin, right? And Solana is a bit of the redheaded stepchild of the weird ones, right?
Right.
Which is probably why I like it, because I'm a redhead and I was a stepchild. Another interesting bit of information. About
Coming
my
soon.
Past. Yeah, no, it really is. I think it's super underappreciated. Still. Yeah, and so it's not surprising that it may take a little bit longer for that ETF, right?
Okay.
Well, let's look at the timing cards and see what they say. Oh, I got cards jumping out at me. Interesting. Another sword card. Oh, this is not a good one. The 5 of Swords. Okay. Let's look at the date. October 3rd through the 12th.
Okay. All right. So, may I?
Go ahead. It's up to you to interpret it. I just...
Okay. So, if the energy of the moment in Solana is negative, and there's kind of, a pivot coming in October, maybe this set of cards is like the bottom in October.
It could be.
You know, maybe Solana's bottom is October. ETH's trajectory higher starts heavy in March.
Mm-hmm.
And Bitcoin becomes the king by May of next year.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I think the feeling I had when we talked at the beginning of the year is that this year is really going to be a repeat of last year, just not as big. The swings won't be as big. It's not going to be as, it won't feel as hard, right? So I fully expect we start seeing a little bit of movement in the fall, and then around the end of the year, just like last year, you know, we have a little bit of rush, but the majority of everything is going to happen at the beginning of next year. I mean, I think we'll easily see Bitcoin hit 100K. 100 and Ks, all the Ks. By the end of the year, the very early part of next year, and easily 120 too. So it's hard to be optimistic, you know, when the market's kind of going trudging along right now. But it will happen. It always does. This is what we know. To everything, turn. There is a season turned.
Right. Definitely.
It's an old song.
Definitely put some money in the jukebox if we're talking about 120. Right. I mean, can you imagine Bitcoin at 120 and what that could mean for ETH in March? Right. In other words, normally it's Bitcoin goes, and then ETH follows, and then all the alts come after that. Right. So, you know, when Moon, you know, if you have Bitcoin at 120 and you have altcoins and you're suffering, you know, your suffering would definitely be over when Bitcoin crossed 100. Again, can you imagine the alt season that comes after that?
Yeah, so I'm seeing a big turn coming in August too. We have the 7 of Wands, which is really good. So August 12th through August 22nd.
What's the planet on that?
That's Mars in Leo.
Okay.
Right? So Mars in Leo is a powerful push, and I imagine it will be even more powerful because August is, you know, Leo season, right? So to me, the 7 of Wands would be like things really catching fire. You know, you got a fiery planet of Mars and a fiery sign of Leo.
Right.
So a lot will start happening. You know?
Right. In other words,
and it could be burning away of the old too. That's another.
Right. You read my mind.
Yeah.
Right. With Mars involved, you know, there are a lot of theories out there that, you know, in history anyway, if there's been a problem where something needs to move out of the way, go away, NVIDIA. You know, that could be August for that type of event, right? In other words, crypto may bottom as something else is topping, or, you know, crypto may present a huge buying opportunity starting in August, say, and then into September, right? In other words, that's where you want to get your fishing net out, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Does that make sense?
For sure. Yeah, and I think too, you know, like this burning away of the old, and this is why I say that this time of year, you know, when the market's boring, that's when you really need to look at what you should get rid of before this August thing, right?
Right. Okay. So that's going to be a wrap up on crypto timing. More soon.